Hello and welcome to the 2019 Canadian 4v4 Ultimate Championships. We are here with a quarterfinal matchup between Louis Luncheonette and Big Cat and the Kittens. We will be tuning in and having some great quality game here in a second. It's Becky Thompson with Mike Bélanger. And Mike, tell me a little bit about what you think we're going to see today.
Well, I didn't get to, no, I did see these guys a little bit yesterday. Oh, am I having audio? So we have an unfortunate matchup here in the quarterfinals between two highly seeded teams, which means someone would have lost a game yesterday I don't think they had planned on. So top team is going out after this game.
Yeah, and that would be Big Cat and the Kittens losing their 1 and 2 seed matchup game to Waitlisted. And that is going to cause them to have to face off against Louis Luncheonette. And Louis Luncheonette, the top seed out of Quebec, we've talked a lot about Quebec teams and their ability to play good 4-on-4 ultimate. And I think in this case, Mike, that could be a winning factor for them possibly in this game.
Yeah, I would say it would probably give them the slight advantage here. So we're going to see how it plays out. Both teams do have deep, good, experienced rosters. Let's play the game to see what happens.
Absolutely. So we're going to have Louis Luncheonette in white on the right side of your screen. See them wearing the Ultimate Canada Pinnies. Didn't have jerseys of their own for this event, so we've got them in pinnies so you can see their numbers. And they are pulling to Big Cat.
I'd say for a team that's supposed to be in existence for what, roughly 5 or 6 years, I feel they should invest in some jerseys.
Yeah, they say that they argue at the beginning of every season what year they were created, either 2012 or 2013. And right away, a miscommunication for Big Cat. So Louis is going to get an early chance to break here as Dan Turcotte will pick up on the near sideline. Turcotte looking to the end zone. Goes for the big power reset. And then the hammer. This one in space keeps the foot in bounds. Julie Landry does well. And that is going to be an early 1-0 lead for Louis.
Sweet, 100% on the hammers so far. I'm loving it.
Yeah, and that's one thing I think we'll see a lot from Louis Luncheonette. You see the way they spread the field even with the length as well, that hitting that big power dump and then immediately having the space to hit the hammer there too.
I was thinking the same thing. I mean, it seems like a lot of field to give up, but really the field's not that big. So.
Yeah, it's a mistake that a lot of teams make. They often crowd the end zone. So opening up the field can allow you to really make those throws. It's Cam Harris now on the near sideline.
That was some sweet footwork to stay in.
Resetting now to Kubinek.
Looks like we have a pick called.
You see the stack there just resetting. Now to the far side of the field, Cam Harris. Looking back to Kubinek. Blanchard now. Shannon going for the hammer. Manages to find her teammate and Kubinek on the far sideline. And then Cam Harris in the end zone, and Big Cat finds a response. That was Stephanie Harper making the hammer throw over to the far sideline there.
I feel you could see it on her face. She got a little excited, like he's a tiny bit open. I'm just going to fire this blade in there. Boom, point.
So very early on in this game, only a couple minutes have ticked by here. Landry on the far side for Louis Luncheonette. Gets the reset. Turcotte now. Yolan Cabot seeing an injury with his teammate there. Turcotte looks like he's just going to tie his cleat up again.
Stoppages all over here. So Cabot taps the disc back in. Turcotte immediately for the reset.
See him wanting that hammer, looking for the deep option. Instead, he finds Landry. Cabot. Inside now. And then double coverage there. The two players going to the same spot. Looked like that throw was meant for Landry, but Cabot comes in and steals it from his own teammate.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. She should have called him off.
Yeah, a good shot there from Debian Blais into the end zone.
Although it's one of those things, if the Frisbee's within your reach and it's catchable, I guess just go get it.
It's only 2-1. It's only been a couple minutes. We're about 4, almost 5 minutes into this game. See how Big Cat can start to respond. So far, these two teams looking fairly evenly matched. Always hard to get a sense in only the first couple points.
The movement's been quick.
Madeline Shannon resetting now, finds McClelland. Leung. Howe now on the far side. And you see Big Cat using the space on these resets as well. Danielle Leung goes for the little high release reset. Not a lot of options into the end zone here for Big Cat.
A lot of poaching. They're allowing them just to move it around backfield.
Yeah, Louis Luncheonette very content just to take away that end zone space, work the resets. Jeff McClelland resets to Jackie Howe. And there's Howe going up line, and Big Cat using their patience to work their way in on this one, and it's 2-2.
Notice so far both teams are forcing backhand. I don't know if it's try to eliminate hammers. I mean, so far we've seen 2 hammers, both completed in this game. So we'll see. We'll see if any adjustments get made. I've noticed as they get closer to the end zone, they are forcing a little more straight up. But they're also just kind of clogging the end zone with a zone poachy type look.
Yeah, and that's something that you definitely see from teams that have played a lot of 4-on-4. They have a lot of good communication between their lines and the ability to drop back when needed by the end zone, have those poach looks on defense. Now Cabot and Turcotte going 1 and 2. Over to the far side. Landry just out of her reach. And it's going to give Big Cat a chance to break, put us back on serve. Brianna Kubinek on the near sideline. Inside flick, and Eric Blanchard gets low to keep that one in possession. But immediately shoots it past his teammate. And sometimes hard to set yourself after making an athletic grab like that, and loses his balance on that throw.
So far, I have Big Cat down with 2 unforced turnovers and Louis with only 1 unforced turnover so far in this game. So we'll see how this plays out.
Yola Cabot on the near side. Goes for that blade flick around Julie Landry. That's another goal for her. Make it 3-2.
I have to say I like that throw.
I love that throw. I mean, using the space of the field and putting up a throw like that really is not going to give the defender any chance to catch up and make a play on it.
No, break side, blade, the defender has no chance.
So 3-2, just the one break in the game so far here for Louis Luncheonette, the number 1 and 2 seed in the tournament, facing off in the quarterfinals. Andrew Carroll looking for the reset. Now Andy Kubinek. Carroll finds Kubinek in the end zone, and this time not taking their time, quick passes, and it's all the way in to make it 3-3.
Outside of, I think, the one long hammer, we haven't really seen any deep strikes yet. It's been kind of tic-tac-toe, moving it up the field.
Yeah, you're right, just the one hammer for Louis Luncheonette, and both these teams definitely showing a lot of patience early in this game, content to work the disc around and to work the unders as well. Landry fakes the deep option, resets to Cabot. And now another hammer look. Julie Landry, this one she can't keep in her hands, and it's just out of bounds.
Interesting. I noticed Big Cat changed the force. They were now forcing flick, and then all of a sudden hammer came out.
And that's something they're going to have to be aware of, that this team will go for those looks as this one goes up to the big, tall guy in the end zone, Jeff McClelland, making it look easy, and why not use that height to your advantage?
Yep, exactly. When in doubt, well, not even in doubt, just take advantage of the height mismatch. Not that Dan's not an athletic guy, but you can't do anything about the height difference.
Yeah, and you see there with McClelland as well, not only does he have the height, but he has the ability to get up for the disc too, and that is absolutely going to be a threat, especially in a game like this. Davio. Just surveying now for an option into the end zone. Julie Davio was there, but it flips through her own hands. See if Big Cat can extend their lead. But shoots it low. That's the second time for Blanchard, just putting it too far out of the reach of his own receiver. Into the end zone, a second attempt for Davio, and it's too far above her head. It's a gift there back to Big Cat.
I thought the decision was it was good, just the throw was high.
So execution errors might be the difference in this game. We've seen a couple from both teams. Now back with Harris. Harper resets to Blanchard. Harris looking for that hammer option. Opts for the reset. Now the hammer comes up to a wide open Stephanie Harper in the end zone, and that is the biggest lead of the game for Big Cat, and it is 5-3.
Interesting. I have the unforced turnovers at 3 aside right now in this game. D-wise, I'm just trying to think. I'm not sure. I don't think there's been any big Ds, have there, on turnovers? It's all unforced so far. Like I said, they seem even, 3-3.
Yeah, both those teams looking to make some adjustments on that. They're going to want to be aware of that, maybe put some more pressure on some of their marks, cause some of those unforced turnovers to come up. But you're right, we haven't seen too many big defensive plays now, as there's a little bit of crowding in the middle of the field, caused a pick. So we'll just reset. Defender will catch up. Turcotte goes for the hammer, has Cabot, has to lay out for it, but just out of his hands. Carroll now has Kulanova back and goes 1 and 2. Carroll looked for the blade option. Instead, the give and go just outside of the end zone. You can see Louis Luncheonette still content just to take away that end zone space. And then a miscommunication. Coulombe did not know the disc was coming her way. And again, it's still the unforced turnovers in this game, giving the disc back to each team.
Big Cat seems to be forcing straight up. Nice.
It's another point for Julie Landry. I think her third already of the game to make it 5-4.
So Big Cat started the game with a backhand force, and then, I don't know, a point or two ago they went flick, and now they seem to be doing a little straight up. And Louis has thrown 3 hammers since, I think, that switch of the force. So, and I believe they've connected on 2 of them. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if they go back to a backhand force.
Yeah, it definitely seems like they've made a few adjustments already. We're still early in this game, so we'll see if they continue to make those adjustments, maybe just trying to throw lots of different looks at this team so that they don't get used to any set look. Howe has the inside reset. Disc will stay with Shannon. Leung. See some pressure there from Davio. Shannon hangs on. Madeline Shannon. Let's see. Still Louis Luncheonette happily giving the unders as Leung puts up a nice scuba for the reset. McClelland. Big Cat staying patient. Howe kind of has to toe the line a little bit to keep that one in play. Working the resets all the way back into their own end zone. This time goes for the hammer and a miscommunication, and the patient defense from Louis Luncheonette this time pays off.
Yeah, they just wore them out. They let them pass it around as much as they wanted. Played the odds, and eventually we ended up with a turnover. So let's see if they can capitalize here.
Disc on the far sideline now here for Louis. Goes for the high release backhand, and Jackie Howe reads that one perfectly. Howe finding McClelland, but this time a pick was called. The disc will stay with McClelland. You see Louis Luncheonette was still in that poachy look as well, so just will catch up a little bit on the mark here.
Interesting. Both teams seem to have transitioned to a little bit more of a straight up.
And Jackie Howe attacks that one in the back corner of the end zone. It's going to make it 6-4, and Big Cat and the Kittens will keep their 2-point lead.
That was a beautiful play. The defender was watching his receiver. I don't think he knew the disc was coming. Tall, aggressive guy just kind of floated through the air, grabbed it, and scored.
Lots of time still in this game. Half, of course, does happen at 9 points, but there is no point cap. Time cap is at 45 minutes. The game only continues if it's tied at that point. Landry finding Cabot under. Hammer look from Cabot easily into the hands of Desbiens, Blais, and Louis not going anywhere. 6-5.
I have that at 5 hammers thrown. I think they've scored on 4 of those 5, and I think most of that happened after they transitioned away from backhand force.
Yolande Cabot, the one releasing those hammers, I think almost every single time as well, so maybe even adjusting just on him, getting your hands up high on the mark, knowing that that is a throw that will come up. And a huge layout D, Julien Bernat on the near sideline. He was reading that one all the way. Now to the end zone for Davio, wide open, and we are back to a tied game, 6-6 in this quarterfinal.
Huge. That was, I think that was the first forced D, or not forced, first completed D of the game, and that was a huge, nice one, and they turned around and scored, so that should be a momentum builder, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. Bernat, there you could see he was following the disc the entire way, tracking it, put on enough pressure to get that D. Could be a momentum shifter as well. See how Big Cat can respond here. Shannon puts it around to McClelland. Howe. You see McClelland streaking to the end zone there. Some help defense from Louis shutting that one down. Leung.
I do want to correct myself quickly. I guess Howe did have that nice D 2 points ago, so that wasn't the first completed D. Don't want to take that away from him.
It was a great D. It was a bit of a miscued throw at the same time as well, so credit where credit is due. Jackie Howe, a great player out of Toronto, plays for Toronto's GOAT, and now we're seeing Danielle Leung, the near corner of the end zone. Big Cat, a good response after that D on the last point from Louis.
Yeah, I thought he was going to throw the hammer there. It was kind of a fake, which then opened up. Nice upfield cut into the end zone, little dish, boom, point.
The score update for you in one of our other quarterfinals. The far field, you can probably see in the back of our screen. Brunch Money took half, 9-3 over waitlisted. So we'll see how that game continues as this disc goes into the hands of Davio just outside of the end zone.
So Big Cat looks like they've put a backhand force back on now.
Cam Harris is going to scoop that one up. Davio running out of options with the stall count. Upfield to Kubinek. To the end zone and just out of the reach of Harper. A good look and just can't keep that one in her possession.
I thought it was a nice look, nice shot. Just couldn't pull it in. Yeah, we've got the backhand force again here still. Although I wonder if he realizes he's a lefty.
This one, Julie Davio comes through the pressure defense from Cam Harris. Keeps it tied up at 7s. And this is kind of the game you expect from the number 1 and 2 seed of the tournament. A tight, closely contested match.
Yeah, there's a lot of athleticism, a lot of well-executed plays. I'm just curious about that. They flip back to the backhand force, but their main handler is a lefty, so I'm wondering, see how this plays out. All right, let's see what Big Cat does here.
Coulombe will pick up here. Finds Carroll. Kubinek, Morin Coulombe. Now Kulanova resetting. Big Cat working these resets still. Can see them cycling through these positions, consistently finding a new person here. So they get Carroll now on the far sideline. Kulanova. And into the end zone. And that's Kimberly Morin-Coulombe with the goal. 8-7, 1 point away from taking half for Big Cat.
I mean, Big Cat's being forced to make a lot of throws to work it upfield, but they're showing the patience, and it's working. But we'll see. See in the second half if it wears down on them, right? More throws you make them throw. Potential for turnovers.
Yeah, Louis has continued to play that same defensive set throughout this game as well. We have a minor interruption on the field.
He's picking up, looked like a necklace or something. Picked up something off the field.
Very helpful. Now a hammer look again. Julie Davio, back of the end zone, spikes it down, and that is a play that has been working all day so far for Louis Luncheonette, so why not keep using it?
So they forced him flick, but he's a lefty, so he threw the hammer now. Interesting. We need a straight-up mark.
I think the continuing switching of the marks has been somewhat helpful for Big Cat, but I have to agree with you. Changing it up on a thrower that you got to know is going to throw that hammer, you have to keep your hands high on the mark. Blanchard, Harris, Cabot almost went for that layout, and now Harris towards the end zone was looking for Harper. Just bounces off her hands, had some pressure from Desbiens Blais on the mark as well.
Yeah, I liked the throw, but the defender was there. It was there was enough pressure that made it a tough throw to catch.
Landry. Cabot. Goes around Blanchard, a little bit of pressure, but Turcotte, no problem there. Now another flick looking for Julie Landry in the back corner, and that is the throw that is so dangerous to mark. Break side, blade flick to the back corner. Beautifully done by Louis Luncheonette, and they're going to break to take half at 9-8 here over Big Cat and the Kittens.
That was an exciting throw to take half. So looking at our stats here, I have Louis throwing 6 hammers in the game. Big Cat I have down as 4. Unforced turnovers for Big Cat is I have around 6, and Louis I only have around 4. So if my stats are correct, it's make for an interesting second half here. We've had a momentum switch, right?
Absolutely. So we'll take a 30-second break. We'll be back with you in just a moment with second half action. So a very quick break here for us. We're going to be back now. Second half action from quarterfinals between the number 1 seed in the tournament, Louis Luncheonette from Sherbrooke, Quebec, and the number 2 seed, Big Cat, and the Kittens out of Ontario. So far, this one a closely contested game. As my co-commentator Mike here was mentioning before, Louis with less unforced turnovers and a bit of a momentum switch at the end of that first half. Davio goes around. Helena Swaski-Boisvel with the disc. Louis starting this half on offense, looking to extend their lead to their biggest of the game yet as Davio goes up line just outside of the end zone. The big reset again. Up goes for the lefty Scuba. You see the two players there hugging after just a bit of contact, and Davio another point to her name here, and it's the biggest lead for Louis at 10-8.
So Big Cat's come out with the backhand force on them now, so we'll see how that plays out. As you said, he just decided to throw the lefty Scuba for the point. We've got a bunch of fans running across the field here.
It's great to see them. They're also wearing some matching Ultimate Canada reversibles down there as well. And now Howe is going to look, and Cabot easily picking that one off. Not the throw that Jackie Howe wanted to put up there.
Yeah, from his body language and the shaking of his head, I don't think was the intended throw.
Turcotte has Cabot on the reset. Landry through a bit of pressure. And a pick called in the middle of the field. You can see the congestion on your screen. Ooh. Landry, creative blade over the top, just outside the end zone. They're going to go straight back the other way, but out of bounds. Turcotte couldn't keep his feet in. He had so much time there, and he lands directly on the line.
It's like one blade to one sideline, blade to the other sideline.
And that one is going to be picked off. That's the second time Howe trying to hit McClelland, and Cabot so aware of that option now. He picks it off twice in this point.
Also a nice effort to avoid our sign.
Turcotte. Cabot on the near sideline. And the hammer look again. Louis Luncheonette making it look easy now as they extend it to a 3-point lead in this quarterfinal with only 16 minutes left to go.
Man, they're just dominating with the hammers here. I mean, I have it at 8 hammers thrown. I would say high percentage of those have been for points. So they got to solve the hammer.
And it's one thing that we've talked about, teams with lots of 4-on-4 experience, no hesitation on those throws and not afraid to put them up late in the stall count. And at the same time, knew that her teammate was cutting to that spot because the stall count was late as well. Kubanek. And that one's going to be out of the hands of Harper, and a miscommunication here. Another turnover, an unforced error for Big Cat and the Kittens, and it's starting to move in the favor of Louis Luncheonette right now.
Yeah, Big Cat have had a lot of unforced turnovers. Well, more turnovers than Louis. And I think we're starting to see that in the score.
Finds Bernat on the far sideline. Another hammer look. This time, the defender, Stephanie Harper, manages to box out Swaski-Boisvel. Does a great job to get that inside lane and get to the disc first.
There you go. They're working on solving the hammer.
And a timeout called here from Cam Harris. Just a little discussion on the stall count. This is an important point for Big Cats to get. They've got 15 minutes left, but at any point, staying in the conversation, 2 points down versus 4 points down, you want to score this point.
So the thing I was trying to figure out with Big Cat is they've had more unforced turnovers. Is it, is Louis ramped up the D? Is it fatigue? Is it just mental? So can't quite figure out what it is. I guess it doesn't matter. Louis is pretty happy that they've turned it over more.
Yeah, it does seem a little bit like Louis with their defensive set, that zone look, comfortable to allow Big Cat to throw pass after pass, has maybe tired them out a little bit mentally, not focusing in on the fact they always have an open pass, but making some of their own mistakes with those open looks. Yeah,
sometimes when the throw's too easy, right? You're just thinking about what you're going to do with it after. I don't know. I think it's paying off. Louis is just forcing them to make a lot of throws. A lot of time to go. Still a close game.
Louis Luncheonette, of course, named after the iconic fast food restaurant in Sherbrooke, Quebec. Celebrated its 70th birthday this year. They make some great poutine. And immediately, Harris throws it to no one in the middle of the field, and it's going to be a gift back to Louis.
So what's the stat on that, right? It's a high stat, right? Timeout called, you set something up, and then you turn it over.
And immediately, Boisvert finds Davio in the end zone. No problems. That connection from playing on Iris together. Lots of chemistry. And Louis very much in the driver's seat right now, up 4 points.
Yeah, I'm just going back to that. I mean, how often do you see that? You see that in outdoor? You see that in summer?
It does happen. It's that mental game as well, and then maybe a little bit of that focus in that moment. So Big Cat not down and out just yet. They do still have time on the clock, but they are going to have to find a response, and they're going to have to do it quickly. Carroll. Blades to Kubanek. Around towards the end zone. Andrew Carroll thinking maybe about what he was going to do next. Casual with the one-hand grab attempt, and it's a turnover here.
I think out of the corner of his eye, he could see the defender coming in pretty hard too, so that was on his mind.
And this time, Turcotte, another hammer. Julie Landry seems to be always open in the end zone today, and it's 13-8. Louis Luncheonette in control of this quarterfinal.
I don't know how many she's caught, but she's caught a lot. I don't know if their practice consists of just throwing hammers to her, but she's reeled in a lot. Oh, another fan on the field. A little fan.
A very little fan.
Number 28.
A future player.
Yeah, number 28 on the field again.
Leung finds Shannon. Back to Howe. Leung. Seeing a few more of these blade throws now from Big Cat, trying to find the open spaces.
Well, Louis is giving them a lot of space until they get to the end zone.
McClelland fakes the up line. Some help defense leaves Leung wide open backfield. Louis still taking away those backfield options now, and Bernat, another D. That one, he read all the way. Davio, up line, just out of the reach of Boisvert, and it's going to be a little bit too far.
I think the poachy D for Louis is paying off again, right? They were just giving Big Cat all the room to just move it around, swing it around, but not giving them anything in the end zone. And they got the turn from it. Although they gave it back, but...
Yeah, a great look into the end zone there for Louis Luncheonette, just a little bit too far out of the reach. 10 minutes to go in this game. McClelland finds Howe. Louis Luncheonette still hanging back in that look. And there's the open option. Jackie Howe into the end zone, and Big Cat managing to keep their patience, but a longer point, and that's going to run down the clock more in this situation as well.
Oh, it's going to tire them out too. Roster-wise, I don't know. Are they about the same size rosters? I'm just looking at the sideline trying to figure it out. Yeah. Some of the Big Cat players are looking fairly tired because they're cutting and running a lot for a lot of passes.
Yeah, Louis Luncheonette happy with their patience and that defense as well. They're not chasing the whole time as well. Saving maybe a little bit of energy. This one too far in front of Landry. But Landry, again, wide open on that deep cut every time.
She was expecting a hammer.
Blanchard. Now Harris. Finds Harper. Thought about a blade look of his own. Has no mark. Harper and Harris going 1 and 2. And there's Blanchard in the end zone. And again, the patience here from Big Cat. They find themselves a break, and they close the gap to 3 points. So 13-10, 9 minutes left. Big Cat looking a little bit stronger on these last 2 points.
Yeah, they're getting it together. They're making it upfield. It's sort of just watching the difference in the points, right? Big Cat is really forced to, a lot of passes, get upfield to score. And Louis seems to be doing it with a lot of from half throws, deep.
Big Cat is a team that's been around since 2010, although not a lot of experience at C4UC. This is their first year at the event, and Davio reading that one so well. Just catches it over, actually, her teammate from Iris as well, who plays for Big Cat, Kimberly Morin-Coulombe.
That was a tough one. The defender was there. I just don't think she knew it was there or didn't know it was coming.
It's a case of maybe just needing a little bit more sideline help to let you know that disc is up.
Just goes to show, right, how important sideline help is. Yeah, you got a few people up. There doesn't seem to be much communication happening from the sidelines.
And Leung shoots that straight into the hands of Turcotte. And tries to go for the scooper, catches his own, and on the second one, Jackie Howe manages to get the D a second time in a row. An unbelievable play from Howe and from Turcotte.
Oh, that'll be fun to watch back.
Howe taking a deep breath there, going 1 and 2. See him directing traffic, telling his teammates to make some cuts up into the end zone. Leung, McClelland.
Yeah, Louis content to just let them swing it around. Oh, aggressive. Oh.
And Cabot has had Jackie Howe's number throughout this game. It's the third throw of his he's picked off. So reading that one all the way.
Again, letting Big Cat just swing it around, do what they want, but we got a timeout called.
I think at this point, a smart timeout call here from Louis Luncheonette as well. There's 7 minutes remaining in this game. Big Cat, if they manage to get this turn and keep it within 3, are very much still in range. So they want to really start to put the nail in here and close it out and start to extend their lead even to get comfortable and even build some momentum for the semifinals.
Yeah, I mean, Louis in a good position here, right? They can just keep sort of playing their game. Big Cat is the one that's got to be forced to make some adjustments. Louis can just play that sort of poachy zone, run out the clock, right? Let Big Cat make 40 passes, waste 30 seconds to a minute. That's totally in their favor. So Big Cat's got to make that adjustment and potentially be a little more aggressive with their throws, which could lead to turnovers too, right? So, but I think that's the risk they're going to have to take here.
So Louis Luncheonette can also swing the disc around and run down the clock. At this point, Big Cat is going to need to generate some turnovers and generate some quick points to come back in this one.
Louis, they don't seem too content, though, and just swing it around. They like to sort of go for it.
Landry open in the middle. Cabot. And going for it right away. Turcotte reads it so well. Gets 1 foot down in the back of the end zone. He waited, let McClellan go out for it first. And Louis Luncheonette 15-10 in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I think Dan realized he wasn't going to beat him in the air, so just sort of wait and see if it floats over, and it did.
The awareness to get his foot down in the back of the end zone, stay in bounds as well.
Oh. Another fan on the field.
The supporters for Louis Luncheonette crossing the field a few times here in this one. Blanchard going to the end zone for Harris, and it's just too far out of his reach. And you can see Big Cat, a little bit of sense of urgency on that one. They knew they need to score quickly, but the throw not quite.
Yeah, I think that's what they need to do, right? We're running out of time, so.
Harris trying to poach on that under. See Cam Harris trying to find a way to get a D here, puts on a big mark. And now to the end zone, wide open. Squawski Boisvert in the end zone. Louis Luncheonette, 5 minutes to go. They're up by 6 points over the number 2 seed in this tournament, Big Cat.
This is looking good. That was a nice deep throw. I mean, they've looks like they're transitioning to forcing him straight up.
And you're right, Louis not content to just swing it around and run down the clock, going for it on every point and working perfectly for them right now. Kulanova. Tight mark there, but Carroll comes in for the under. And now to the end zone for Andrew Carroll, and that's a quicker point here from Big Cat. 16 to 11, sorry. They've got to find some magical defense to stifle Louis right off the go here.
Yeah, 3.5 minutes to go. This could be huge here, right? If Big Cat can somehow force or get a D here and turn around and score, I mean, that's kind of what they need. Let's see what Louis comes back with here.
That one, a late stall count, it looked like. Not too many options. Julie Davio going to the end zone. We've seen her score many times on that same look. Big Cat need to score quickly here, and they're going to look for Leung in the end zone, who reads it well, gets underneath it, closing the gap here to 4 points. 3 minutes to go. See if Big Cat can generate another quick turnover.
Yeah, I mean, I think seems to be what they're doing. They sort of left a little space for her to go deep, made the long throw. They need to make more of those aggressive throws.
Harris marking Turcotte, finds Cabot. It's like there was a call.
Somebody somewhere made a call.
A pick was called, so resetting. Disc returns to Turcotte, who hits the same throw to Cabot. Goes for that inside out scooper look. Julie Landry in the end zone, it looked like. And they're discussing whether it was in or not.
Just make a decision. Big Cat needs the time here, right?
And you can hear some players there yelling to leave it off the sideline. The sideline trying to weigh in on the discussion about whether it was in or out there. So called not in. Resetting the disc. Fakes the hammer. Finds Landry on the inside. A huge layout bid attempt there from Harper. Trying to generate some turns. Turcotte now on the end zone line. Dan Turcotte, the inside dish pass. Julie Landry has been dominant on the scoreboards today, and it is showing as they keep their lead at 5 points, 17 to 12.
There's a lot of arm waving and disc movement there from Dan, and then just a nice little pop for a point. What we got here, we're down to just over a minute left in this game. I think we're going to see some deep throws here.
Kubanek and Carroll going 1 and 2. Resetting now. An injury called. Julie Davio coming off the field. Hopefully she's okay. At this point, Louis Luncheonette will likely be moving on. They will be moving on. Not likely anymore. They will be moving on to the semifinals. So hopefully she's all right and will be able to play in that one. That one
nice.
Goes to Andrew Carroll, who keeps his foot in bounds. And Big Cat, they've had moments of greatness in this game, but Louis Luncheonette just have been a little bit more clinical on their offense, and I think that has been the biggest difference maker today.
Yeah, I think they wore them down. I think their defensive style definitely helped.
McClellan trying to put some pressure there. Cabot withstands the contact. Turcotte now. Goes for that big around flick, hanging in the air, keeps the feet in bounds. Damien Blais right at the horn. That will end it here. Louis Luncheonette moving on to the semifinals, 18-13 over Big Cat.
Yeah, Louis definitely took advantage of the overtops, the hammers, the blades. They threw a lot more than Big Cat, but I think it came down to the defense, right? Louis and that defense just forced Big Cat to have to move it around, and I think it paid off for them.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back with semifinals around noon, 12:05 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be back. We'll post on our social media who we will be live streaming in that game, but it will be the winner of Brunch Money versus Waitlisted versus the winner of Petit Secret versus Nomo. So we'll update you as soon as we can. For Becky Thompson, Mike Belanger, thank you so much, and tune in later.
Have a good day.